Hello guys, in this video I am going to be talking about the reading section of the TOEFL test. And what is special about this video is going to be that I am going to be solving some of the problems and some of the questions actually almost live on TOEFLKMF.com. I've told you about this website, guys. It's an awesome website to actually practice your TOEFL, and there are like a lot of TOEFL practice tests that you can go ahead and solve. In today's video, I am going to be solving detailed questions, some samples of detailed questions and vocabulary questions, and I'm going to be talking about the strategies and the tactics that you can apply to tackle those questions. So, alright guys, so here we have a geothermal energies paragraph. It's the 21st practice test on TOEFL KMF. So when you first have the passage, the paragraph, what you need to do is just to skim. It's the first thing that you need to do. Believe me, you have the paragraph, and first read the title, okay, geothermal energy, and read the first sentence of each paragraph. So let's do it. Geothermal energy, Earth's internal heat fueled by radioactivity, provides the energy for plate tectonics and continental drift, mountain building, and earthquakes. By far the most abundant form of geothermal energy occurs at the relatively low temperatures of 80 to 180 centigrade. Geothermal reservoirs with temperatures above 180 centigrade are useful for generating electricity. So here actually it's talking about the geothermal reservoirs, geothermal energy, and how it's the the outcome of it, you know, and some of the examples of it. Extracting heat from very hot dry rocks presents a more difficult problem. So, and then it's going to be talking about what the problems are. Like most other energy sources, geothermal energy presents some environmental problems. Here it's talking about environmental problems of geothermal energy. And in the last paragraph, the contribution of geothermal energy to the world's energy future is difficult to estimate. So it's dragging the topic to a new era, to a different perspective, where it's talking about the future of energy and its perspective from geothermal side. So when you're done with this, what you're going to be having, what you're gaining, is that you're going to have a basic idea about what the paragraph is about. And that's a really good thing. Your brain now has just started asking some series of questions that actually you're going to be seeing during the test, and it has already started tackling them. So let's see what our first question is. So it starts with, according to the processes described in paragraph 1, what is the relationship between radioactivity and the steam produced by geothermal heat? First strategy is this. First, you need to identify what type of question you're being asked. It starts with according to, and then followed by what, which is actually a WH question. So it starts with according to and WH. It means it's a detailed question. So what is the strategy for the detailed question? The strategy is you need to identify the keywords on the question. For example, for this question it is relationship between radioactivity. That's our first key word, and the second one is and the steam produced by geothermal heat. So we identified the question type, we identified the keywords. The next step is to figure out where the keywords are on the paragraph. So it says first paragraph. I go to first paragraph and I look for the radioactivity and the steam produced by geothermal heat. Okay, so alright, it's there. It's just radioactivity, okay? And the second keyword is the geothermal heat, okay? The steam, actually, steam produced by geothermal heat. So you're reading and reading and reading, and we're trying to catch anything related with the steam and geothermal heat. And here it says geothermal energy, and it's talking about a heat and so on. So this is the paragraph that is actually going to give us the answer, okay? So let's read. Earth's internal heat fueled by radioactivity provides the energy for plate tectonics and continental drift, mountain building, and earthquakes. It can also be harnessed to drive electric generators, okay, and heat homes. That's cool. Geothermal energy becomes available in a practical form when underground heat is transferred by water that is heated as it passes through a subsurface region of hot rocks that may be hundreds of thousands of feet deep. Okay, so let's see what the answers are. Geothermal heated steam is produced when water is exposed to radioactivity deep underground. Okay, let's see. You know, it might sound a little familiar because it has shown some words that are actually presented in the paragraph. So this is mostly for confusing you guys. So keep reading the other answers. When water is introduced into holes drilled thousands of feet in the ground, it becomes radioactive and turns into steam. Not really. We didn't really read anything like actually water becoming radioactive. No. Radioactivity heats Earth's interior rock, which in turn can heat water to the point it becomes steam. So it really sounds like, it does sound like the answer for this question to me, you know? When a reservoir of steam in subsurface rock is produced by radioactivity, it is said to be geothermally heated. Not really. I mean, no. That is, there hasn't been anything stated that it is said to be geothermally heated when the steam is produced by radioactivity. So, but when you look to this paragraph, it is generally actually related with the water actually being heated by radioactivity, then it becomes steam. So then it means our answer here is C, actually, guys, because that's what this two sentences are all about. Okay, moving on to our next question. Okay, guys, this is our second question. It's actually you know, here we have a question, and what is the first thing that you're going to do? Identifying what type of question it is. As you can see, it says the word practical in the passage is closest in meaning to. It says like, it's the vocabulary questions are really easy to spot. So it asks you about what's the closest meaning to or the synonym of it. So it's really easy to spot. So all you need to do is, if you know, the strategy is, if you know the word, choose the answer, okay? But if you do not, read the sentence, double check the meaning, but it's always, you know, what is going to be the answer is the dictionary answer, okay? Sometimes you might get confused when you read the sentence, because maybe in the sentence they intend to give some other meaning, but it is always the dictionary meaning of it, okay? That's important. So here it says practical. So geothermal energy becomes available in a practical form when underground heat is transferred by water that is heated, and it goes like this. I already know practical means usable, okay? So it has nothing to do with being plentiful, economical, or familiar. So you can easily distinguish all those three from our answer, which is usable. So that was actually an easy question for this kind of test. So yeah, our third question is also a vocabulary question. Again, as you can see, it is talking about a word being, the meaning is close to any other word and that's something that you need to find. So here it says abundant. I already know what abundant means. It means plentiful. It means having so much of something. Okay, but again, I want to double check. Okay, although the dictionary, meaning is the answer, you might want to double check, because you generally don't spend so much time on vocabulary questions, so I don't think you're going to lose so much time on double checking them. So by far the most, just replace the word to see if it really fits in. So by far the most plentiful form of geothermal energy occurs at the relatively low temperatures of 80 to 180 centigrade. Sounds good, sounds cool to me. Just choosing my answer and I'm moving on. So yeah, our fourth question is actually, let's see what it is. According to paragraph 2, and it is followed by WH question. You know what the question type is, right? We have already covered it up. It is a detailed question, guys, because it starts with according to and followed by WH. What am I going to do? Identify the keywords. What are the keywords? A temperature range in the range of 80 to 180 centigrade. 80 and 180. Go ahead and find the second paragraph, skim through it, and try to find 80 and 180. It's a piece of cake. That's how simple it is. TOEFL reading section is so simple, guys, if you know how to really follow the strategies. In this video and on the upcoming videos, I'm going to be teaching you. So 80 and 180, okay? Easy to find in the first sentence. What does it say? Let's see. By far the most abundant form of geothermal energy occurs at the relatively low temperatures of 80 to 180 centigrade. Okay, so when you read the sentence that includes the keywords, most of the time, maybe 60% of the time, the answer is there, okay? In the 30%, the answer is in the following sentence. And in the 10%, it is mostly going to be like in the next sentence, so but generally speaking, 60% of the time you're going to find the answer or try to find the answer based on the sentence that includes the keywords, okay? So let's see. They are under international control. Nothing has been stated like this in this sentence. They are common in reservoirs that have a higher temperature. It says about being abundant, Yeah, let's see. Few of them produce enough heat to warm large industrial spaces. Doesn't really state anything like that. No. They're used to generate electricity. So in order to really eliminate those two answers, we need to just see what the next sentence is. Water circulated through heat reservoirs in this temperature range is able to extract enough heat to warm residential, commercial, and industrial spaces. So here it says industrial spaces, but nothing to do with few of them. So it's a tricky question. This actually, this answer is just to confuse you guys. It says industrial spaces. It says heat. So you might think, oh, that might be the answer. Guess what? That's not. Because it doesn't really state few of them, you know. And they're used to generate electricity. Yeah, but nothing to do. I mean, it doesn't really state. It's actually false, because it says it's used to heat warm residential, commercial, and industrial spaces. So that's false. And nothing to do with international control. So our answer is B. They are more common than reservoirs that have a higher temperature. As you can see, the answer is in the first sentence. That includes our keywords. That's how simple it is. So, our last question. Again, according to paragraph 3, WH question. It's a detailed question, guys. It's a detailed question. What are you going to do? Identify the keywords. What are the keywords? Underground faults and naturally occurring steam. Okay. What's the next step? Go ahead on the third paragraph, skim through the passage, find those keywords on the paragraph. Okay, let's see. Not a big deal, right? Let's see. Underground faults and natural occurring steam. Oh, I found a natural steam. Natural steam. Oh, underground faults. Okay. So, it means this two sentences here are going to give me the answer I need. And that's how simple it is, okay? Let's see. Geothermal reservoirs with temperatures above 180 centigrade are useful for generating electricity. They occur primarily in regions of recent volcanic activity as hot, dry rock, natural hot water, or natural steam. The latter two sources are limited to those with areas where surface water seeps down through underground faults, okay, or fractures to reach deep rocks heated by the recent activity of molten rock material. Okay, that's fair. Underground faults enable the heat from molten rock material to escape upward to regions where it can heat surface water enough to produce steam. Okay. Underground faults are created by steam that is produced in geothermal reservoirs deep inside Earth. Underground faults create spaces in which natural steam is sometimes trapped. No, I haven't read something like that, guys. I haven't really read something like that. So I keep reading it. Underground faults allow surface water to reach deep rocks that are hot enough to turn into the steam. Okay. So, I read it. Underground faults allow surface water, okay, to reach deep rocks that are hot enough to turn into steam. As you can see, the latter two sources, okay, are limited to those with areas where surface water, okay, seeps down through underground faults or fractures to reach deep rocks heated by the recent activity of molten rock material. So it is exactly this. Underground faults allow surface water to reach deep rocks that are hot enough to turn into steam. It's not like underground faults enable the heat from molten rock material. Again, it uses molten rock. Here it is. It says molten rock. But to escape upward to regions, it doesn't say something like that, does it? That's why they confuse you. That's why some of you are going to select this answer and get low points in the reading section, because that's what they're trying to do. They are trying to confuse you. Underground faults are created by steam that is produced in geothermal reservoirs deep inside Earth. But it doesn't say anything to me about the connection between underground faults and natural occurring steam. Okay? That's why our answer is D. Guys, that's it for today. We have covered detailed questions, vocabulary questions. Do not forget the strategies. First strategy for detailed question: identify the question type, identify the keywords, skim through the paragraph, find the keywords, find the answer. The answer is in this sentence. And for the vocab, if you know what the actual meaning of the word that you are actually being asked to find the closest meaning of it, just go ahead and choose the answer. That's it for today, guys. There are going to be some more videos for the reading section, we're focusing on reading part, because some of you sent me some of the messages to cover specifically the question types. So I'm glad to actually, I feel so exalted if I can really meet with your demands. That's what this channel for. That's what SAWT is for. So that's it for today video, guys, and see you on the next videos. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe, and that's it for today. Bye for now.